Hey everyone, it's me again. Yeah, Pro Kiwi. Gonna do a little bit of streaming this morning. My plan is to keep working on this RSS aggregator that I've been working on, replacing an old piece of code that I used to have that's been up for years and years and years in PHP. But I'm redoing it in Perl because I can, and that's the plan. So bear with me. I'm just gonna pop over there and get started in a sec. Okay, so back again. Let's see how this works. Here's the plan of attack. We'll get rid of that. So let's show you where we're at. Let's think about where we're at. So what we've got is we've got an OPML file, which pre-exists. Got a whole bunch of Judo blog sites in it, their XML URLs, their name, and HTML URL. Just make this a bit bigger so people can see a bit better. Okay, so, and then what I've been able to do is produce little RSS file already. So it's what you expect, like that. And so far that's just running produce xml.pl. So this is just a test file. So use strict use warnings. I'm using a library and I've just plan it, and that's just what I've got it. I get the outlines, that's kind of the term that script use. I'm using XML feed under the hood, and that's got that. So read the OpenML file, get all the outlines out of it. Then what I do is get the XML URLs from the OPML outlines, and then I get the feeds. I think that's the wrong word. It's probably entries, maybe. And then basically I just dump it out. Don't need that line anymore. I'll write this to a file perhaps later, but basically that's what I want, and that's what produces this file. So it just produces XML file because that's what RSS is. Just format it is, all that sort of good stuff, and then sets the channel Planet Judo English because I have French and German and Japanese and so forth. The date, that's when I ran it yesterday, and then that's the first item showing up here. And it has their URL, so if people click through it goes to them, which is always the way it's worked. It's the author, the competition, all that sort of good stuff. So pretty happy with that. What I've also got, now there's a couple of things that I need to do. What's my README saying? Yeah, so the site's multilingual. It wasn't great. So I hacked it together to make it work, had some hashing. I want to probably produce a single website. I'm going to do it in Mojo. It's all pretty simple. Yeah. So if we review the code, that's always good for a laugh. So Planet is my module. Planet Judo underneath there, that's the Mojo app. Probably move those around a bit. But this is the... Oh, I've already got it open somewhere. Over here. Yeah, so this is the package. This is quite an interesting module, I guess. Module/Pragma. Let's make sure everything is in UTF-8 all the time. I'm using this. I'm not actually... I don't think I'm using TriTiny anymore. I was playing with that. Let's just sort that out. So yeah, date time. That's only because I set a date time. URI. Trying to get the feeds. XML feed is the main module, and XML OPML does the passing of the OPML. Pop this up here. Is that the right order? Close. I've just got a little data dumper in here because I've been cheaty. Let's take it out for now. So this is a sub. It's not actually using that main script, but this uses XML feed to find the feeds on the pages. So if you point it at my website, for example, like that. What do we got in here? Probably that one. No, that's the tests for. I had a test file. Oh, it's XT because it's actually hitting live out into the internet. So yeah, so I've got a little test for that. What it does is, if you point it at my website, it will return back. I return back the first one, so it finds just the atom feed from pearl.kiwi. I've got a test for the parse XML subroutine. You feed it a URL, sorry, a file, and I just check that the first one is in there. These feeds just test that it exists. I know it's Judo Advisor, so that's fine. This might get XML, get the URLs from the OPML. This time I mock it out, so I've got, this is what the inside of that basically looks like. We've got HTML URL, text, and XML URL. Got a couple of those. I feed those in. That's the equivalent of what comes from parse OPML, and then I just confirm that yeah, it gets those two RSS feeds out. Then XML URLs from OPM outlines. That's going to getting the URLs from the outlines. Get feeds. This one should probably not be that anymore. It should be something. This is me just testing it. It's not a proper test. Let's make that explicit. And that just gets the entries. It's all good. So if I look at this, we go through this. What are we doing? So find feed is pretty simple. This is pretty simple. Get feeds has got a bit complicated. Basically, we create a new feed. Then we go through all the URLs that we've fed. I create a new feed object by passing that URL. It's wrapped in an eval because I discovered it crashed. It can die. Then if we've got one, and it's got entries, because sometimes it's empty, we skip around. If not, then it gets a bit ugly, because I do some munging here. So if it's got a title, if it hasn't got a title, we skip it. And then what I do is just check what the year is. This could be one-liner now. Just got this limiter in just to say that I only want it to be post from this year. Otherwise, I ended up with the 6 meg RSS feed and RSS feed validated baft on it. And then yeah, I'm munging the title of the posts to put in the feed title, so the name of the site that it's come from, the title of the blog post, and the date it was issued. I might change this, and I push this entry into the feeds on the outside of the loops. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to do some stuff. So the next thing I want to do is, when I get out of that big loop of getting all the entries from all the feeds, what I do is I sort that whole list into a thing called entries, and then I take all the entries out of that big feed I've just generated, sort it in reverse order so the newest ones are at the top, and then I create yet another feed and push add a title to it. So this is just so it's a valid feed. Add the date on it, that's why I've got date time, and I loop around all the feeds and I add them in so they're in the right order. I'm not sure if it's strictly necessary for RSS to have the entries themselves in order, but I wanted it in order anyway, so I have. Then I just return that ordered feed, so that's a object, an XML feed object that I pass. So then this is nice and simple as well. But arguably this one, typo. This one could be a lot simpler. Quite a big subroutine for what it does. But hey. The other thing that I'm thinking about doing is there's a Mojolicious nothing there. Okay, interesting. There's a Mojolicious what am I saying? Mojolicious plugin, I guess you call it, that does RSS feeds. I may look at that. It uses Mojo Promises, which I don't know very well. So I might play with those afterwards, because that might be interesting as well. But hey, so let's get back to it. Yeah. Probably going to stop talking for a bit and just get on with it. Get my head in the game. There's one more change I want to do to set up here. See the mouse skipping around. Cool. I'll be back in just a sec. Cool. There you go. Good morning. So hopefully, if you're using the chat, it'll actually show up on the screen here. As you can see there at the bottom. Always playing with the setup, so let me know. In theory, I can show the chat somewhere else, but I've lost the button. Is that it? Oh yeah, I can put it full screen. It'll just pop up. There might be sound as well, but we'll see. You have to talk to me. And then yeah, Twitter is still running, so I have no idea what this music is, by the way. Cool. More like what it actually does. Using Carlton. Not make it do.
Forget myself, come with me to the dark side, where the wolves hide. Do you believe, or are they just pretty little lies? Caught in a riptide, lost in a sea of pretty little lies.
Right, I just need a coffee. probably be good if I turn that back on. Okay, good one. Typed a little bit while you weren't looking. So what I've been doing so far is I've just been dumping to screen. That's not so cool. So let's just do my normal trick. Just don't want it to loop around too many. There's like 100 beads and next time, so let's just say that. See if there's enough in there to make it work. So it's got 2,996 at the moment, so we changed it. Nice. Let's just create a nice big one. Let's see how long it takes. Take a little while. I need another monitor so I can see what's going on. Again, if you're watching on any of the chat channels, especially Twitch, it'd be really cool if you could say hello, just so I can see if the little pop-up across the bottom down there somewhere shows up or not. And you know, it'd be nice to know I'm not just talking to myself. Let me know if you can read the code. I know yesterday it was a bit small. I haven't got it quite this big. Twitch is not great. Not Twitch. The Twitter stream doesn't work very well. It's just too small. But I have to pump the font up. I can only fit about a dozen lines, which is probably a good way to code. Might keep my module sizes a bit smaller if I did that. This does take a while. So if I do turn this into a piece of code that goes onto the website, obviously this isn't going to be something I can run whilst the user's sat there. So I'll have to do some sort of... I haven't decided what I'll do database-wise. If I go with, well, a database. Or if I go with, you know, some sort of caching. There's lots of options, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. What does it say there? Is it 1:45 in total? Okay. Still the same one at the top as yesterday. Makes sense. We haven't had a... Apparently there's no judo blogs, and the ones that I'm following that have been updated since yesterday. Cool. Interesting, it's still got that typo. Planar judo, this thing up here. That's not cool. Why is that? I've got to fix that. Down here somewhere. I fixed one, not the other, maybe? Let's see how long it takes to run again. So, for those who are wondering, how do I get there? Here. But we're working on is this one, which I've run for a long time, in various guises. So down here somewhere are the blogs. This is what we're working on. So this is the original. Pretty, isn't it? Not really. So basically what it does is it takes this list of sites in here and it creates a presentation layer of that all together. See, we've got some problems even in the old one where it had undefined data. I'm not sure what that undefined is, but we're going to get rid of all of that. And the plus side, now you'll notice that the last one in here, oh, it doesn't have a date. That must be the date. But anyway, it's not been working for a while. So these are all old entries. Yeah, it must be the date that's not present in here. So it's stopped working. It's written in PHP. It's not very useful to me. Luckily, it did. I've got a OPML file. I don't want to reopen it. And it has an RSS feed. This is, which I'm actually running through FeedBurner, which still works amazingly enough. FeedBurner is still a thing, and it just quietly works. Now, this is actually what I did yesterday is when I went off the stream, I uploaded that RSS feed that you saw, the rss.xml, up to the website. And then it got picked up by FeedBurner and showed it like this. So you can see, if I open this, is this what I want? Interesting. How do I get it? That is the XML format, apparently, I don't believe. Anyway, so this, I did this years ago. FeedBurner was, you know, a thing back then. That's a encoding issue right there. Again, I didn't. It'll be interesting if we push that RSS that I've just created up to the website, if it works, fixes these things here, because I've got it using UTF-8 all the way through, hopefully. Not checking on the way in, so that'll be an interesting one. So yeah, so that's what it does. Cool. It's actually in 3 languages. Really nice guy called Ibai ran this one for such a long time. It's dead for the same reasons, and then it's in French as well. Obviously, judo is big in France, so there. My intention is to bring these together. So what I ended up doing with this was these are all 3 individual installations, so it's not multi-tenanted. It's just 3 installations of the same code base, and I want to change that. 2015. And this was the new version. It's been floating around a lot longer than that. Anyway, I have started on a Mojo app. Which is... just, I don't think I got very far. This is when I was originally playing, so it was just pulling a feed and just dumping stuff out, so we don't want to do that. What we could do, I guess, is read in the RSS that I've got and display that, right? Let's try it. Let's just comment it all out. So what we want is the this was just the home page. Let's fire all of this. Maybe something like that. I need the R, but anyway. We should probably... Is that right? Let's see if it's there. So far so good. You don't use in English, but my test is failing, right? Make it a bit bigger. I know what language it is. Okay. Is that right? My test there. English shooter gods. Nope, it's wrong. this will fail still, I'm pretty sure, because is it not case sensitive? Get it back to the thing. Okay. Interesting with that. Oh, I made it case insensitive. Like it. Mm-hmm. So let's do a thing. Let's just try something. Start from scratch. Interesting, I don't know where it's loading from. This is code work. Oh, I wrote a library, didn't I? Silly me. There's a reason I did that. I don't have to do that. Not sure this is strict. Let's see if I need that. Apparently that's fine. So I'm just checking Twitter. That's still loading. I only just wrote this code and I can't remember what to do. To generate something or other. Why not wrap this nicely? No, okay. Okay, now let's do it noisy way. Basically, this, right? Sit and hang. Because it'll take a couple of minutes to run that step. Oh, because I don't want to do that, do I? Why you no stop me being silly? Let's just do it this way. Okay. I think I can do this. This should go bang, I think. Oh, I thought, oh, the other way around. So we should be able to do something like this for entry. That way around. See what happens. Oops. Here we go. Definitely an issue. Not too bad though for a first attempt. What am I doing? Doing what's best. I think this is legit. I haven't tried it. I'm going to assume the module is pretty same. Okay, apparently not. So this is a bit of Dave Crossware, I think it is. So it was pretty well documented. And it's out of this library, so let's just go back to where we should start from here. Add a feed title. Click down here, if I remember rightly, there's an example. Right, so we have to create a. Let's just half inch all of that. Estimate this, just like it. Of course, all of this needs to happen for this. Ooh, this is the problem. Now I've got it writing to a file. Okay, I can get around this. Okay, so we've got a dummy RSS feed with 1 entry in it. Guess it's still not passing. Ooh. I'm not. Oh. Better? It'll work? Let's see. Can you do it after you've used it? Should be okay. This is so bodgy. Sure. No sub there. We're looking for the. What are we looking for? Pass. If this doesn't work. Okay. Did it work? Let's see. Nope. Oh, hang on. Okay, so apparently that works. Good to know. If I make this, should fail. Excellent. That's really helpful actually, because I can see here that it's done exactly what I expect. It's popped it in there. So we use XML feed to create a dummy feed, and then we mock out the pass. We could do that above actually, think about it probably, because we're overriding it rather than not a new module. I'm just overriding it, that one part of it. I think that's how that we can test actually. Pop it up here. It still works. Ah. I can't return the dummy feed, but hey. I do mock out XML feed and then push entries into it. And it tells me that it's doing the right thing of just overriding it rather than overrunning the whole lot and just doing it from one small piece. Pop it back down here, lump it in that order. Not sure if test manager how you do this. Is that valid? Yeah. I'll change in that one. So we get English to 200. Get how to make the logging there go away. Really happy with that. Like, it's not quite ready. That's what I want it to look like. Let's see if we can flesh it out a bit. What am I going to check? Author. What does Planet Judo currently do? It's the title, and then we have the author. Yep. So in this case, it's going to be this. Nice. David Cross saved me the effort of having to invent silly names. So this should... Oh, what have I done? starts failing because it can't find test, it's hard to say, which is valid because I haven't added it yet. There, just there. This should hopefully start. Ooh. Put it on the wrong page. Ah, this. Cool. I probably just want that bit. I actually thought I was munging the titles in the code. Oops, where have I got to? There. Do you want to do it in template logic? Probably not. Are we going to do it in template logic? Yes. Something I can do. Do this in one liner later. Or what I should do, which I will do later. Oh, this is going to be ugly. Not sure I've got those the right way around. Probably bogus, but let's see what it does. Nope. Terrifying. That worked. Magic of regex, eh? Okay. Looks like a very short version. I'll just run the full version. So take out this basically. Yes. Just run that. I think this will break. No? Okay. It's annoying. Don't know what I've got. Let's see what happens if I do this.
What you say, oh, we were destined to meet. You really think, oh, that you were
Yep, I've got that installed on this machine. Yep, I haven't got it installed yet. I think this isn't too big. Tidy. Oh. Oh, it's just pushing. Oh, of course. This is legit. I forget. Apparently not. Don't think. Ah, that works. What I lose here is what the name of the site is. See, I thought I was doing this in the generator. Oh, that's the Google. Okay. Okay. And let's have a look at my script again. Oops. Working. What's time? Just coming lunchtime here in the UK, so I might do off in a sec. So I thought, anyway, what I thought I was doing, then this. I thought this method aggregated RSS feed. Oh. Let's go line somewhere. I think that's what it was. Let's look. Takes a little while. So I did write the code. Somewhere along the lines, I cut out the piece, lost the line that actually changes it. Which is why that big routine needs some tests. That sub is not tested, and it's where the bug was. What a surprise. Who would have guessed, eh? What is this mug? Heart of England Championships. The National Indoor Arena in Birmingham. Gosh, this is old. Hopefully, when that finishes running, this will magically change if I keep hitting reload. I think this needs some output. Progress bar would be nice. That should be finished. Cool. Oh, not perfect. It's this recent posts. Bizarre. by Richard. Probably. Interesting. I think that's from the Budokan in Australia. Sydney, I think it is. Yeah. Why does it look like that? Original Judo podcast. Yay. Cool. So interestingly, this probably means if I have the thing that creates this XML file in the background, I can probably run this entire Mojo site just off plain text file, well, XML file, and I'll create yet another XML based data system. Those of you who have seen some of my other projects that I've rewritten, I have a couple of projects that have used XML as their backend, as in just raw files as their backend. It's crazy, but it works sometimes, and it's fast because it's just text, right? Cool. Okay, so that's a thing. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to call it there. It's getting on halfway through Sunday. I have other things to do. If you watched this, I hope it was interesting. I'll keep trying to do this. I will try and write some blog posts. I'm very remiss. I will also try and do the weekly challenge for Muhammad. If you've not been doing that, do that. It's really good. I've been really lazy of late, and I tend to I find like every second week at ones I find stimulating, interesting. But hey, that's just me. Mainly the ones that aren't just math problems, because math is not my bag. I just like to code them up and use it as practice. But if you've not tried it, give it a go. There's hundreds of people doing it now. It's really cool. So try that at it's just the weekly challenge or the Pearl weekly challenge. I forget what the URL is. And that, thanks for watching, keeping me company. If you find this anything in here that's awful, probably don't want to know, but do let me know. If it was useful or anything like that, let me know as well. That would be cool. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.